Hi guys, welcome to another video. If you have watched any of my videos, you will know I am obsessed with the Petite Malle. Who knew that I would love such a small, impractical bag? But I do. So it got me thinking, what else is on the market that I might love that I've never really looked at before? So I've scoured the market, I've had a look at everything, and I've come up with 4 alternatives to the Petite Malle. So I'm looking at clutch bags, pouches, impractical type bags. So if you want to know which they are, keep watching and keep watching until later, because I'm going to tell you my favourite one of the alternatives and also whether I think any of them can beat this beauty. So keep watching. Let's get going. So what do I love about this? Well, yeah, I didn't buy this for its practicality or its functionality or its versatility. I bought it because I loved it. And it is actually more practical and versatile than you probably think it is. But yeah, it's not an everyday easy bag. It really, really isn't. But I absolutely adore it. So what do I adore about it? Well, I think it's just Louis Vuitton in a bag. I think there's so many elements of the history, the heritage of the brand, all in one tiny bag. I just absolutely love it. It's got the hard-sided luggage, the trunk making heritage of the brand. It's got the monogram. It's got the S lock, which is becoming more synonymous with Louis Vuitton. It's got some history and there's always some story behind the things in Louis Vuitton. And I love how this is a modern day take on the trunks, how edgy it is with the black leather. And there's so many different versions of this. Oh, they're just beautiful. But I'm not going to show you different versions of the Petite Malle. I'm looking for alternatives, so I'm looking at different brands for this. So can any of them beat this? Well, it's going to be really hard because I adore it. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to give you 4 different alternatives, all of which I really love. I would have all of these. So they've all gone onto my wish list. So yeah, spoiler alert, they are all amazing. So bear in mind that this actually does come with a crossbody strap, but I'm actually looking at things, there's a mixture of the ones that I've chosen. A couple of them have no strap whatsoever and they are literally a clutch bag. And then I think one of them has a strap. So that for me is an added bonus, but I am looking at these as if they are to be used as a clutch bag. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to tell you how they rate in practicality, versatility, style, and just the total aesthetics and why I love each one of them. So we're going to start with Bottega. So I have said in other videos that I have Bottega bags on my wish list all the time, and then I never buy them, and then they've come off the wish list because I think, well, it's probably telling me that I'm not going to buy them. However, I did when I went to Manchester the other day. There was an amazing, amazing sales associate in Bottega in Selfridges in Manchester, and yeah, she showed me. She spent so much time with me, and yeah, there were 2 bags, both of them clutch bags. One is a completely new one that I've never ever looked at before, and the other one is an old favourite. So let's start with the old favourite, which is the Bottega the Pouch, which is the clutch bag. So I'll put some pictures here. I've looked at this bag for years, and I mean yes, from the minute it launched, I loved it. And I thought it was really different and edgy. There was always something else on my wish list that came along. So I've never bought it, but I think because the hype of it has really died down now, and it's still around, it's sort of saying to me that I wouldn't say it's a classic, it's one of their classics, I'm sure, but it's becoming more of their classic line, as in it's not just a piece for 1 or 2 seasons and then it's gone. It's still around. I love it. I've always loved it. I love the feel of it. I like the woven one. Colour wise, I've decided, do you go for a black because it will just go with everything? Do you go for a pop of colour? I don't know. The one I saw at the weekend was It was in a very dark green, and it was a beautiful colour actually. It looked nearly black. I like the biggest size. The teen pouch is actually a really good in between size, but I think if you're gonna go for the pouch, just go for the original one. So let's talk about practicality. So I'm going to rate all these between practicality, the price, the versatility of them, and yeah, we're not buying for those reasons, are we? But and then we're going to look at the style and my overall thoughts. So Bottega the pouch. Practicality is actually quite practical. Yes, it doesn't have a strap with it, but it's very comfortable under your arm, I have to say, and it's very big, so you can fit lots in it. How practical it is for different events and different things where you want to be hands-free, yes, but all of these are going to be like that, aren't they? So I think it's reasonably practical, and I do think you can actually shove it under your arm and hold it quite easily under your arm and then sort of be hands-free. If you're at a dinner and you need, I don't know, your hands free for a glass of champagne and a canapé, for example, as if we go to those things all the time, don't we? But anyway, you know, or if you're at a wedding or things like that, I do actually think it would be a reasonably practical bag. So, yes, expensive for a bag that isn't massively practical, but in the luxury world, I don't think it's too bad. And for the size of the bag and the quality of the leather, I actually think the price isn't. I think it's about right. When we talk about versatility, we've talked about that with practicality as well. But I do think this pouch can be. You could wear jeans, and I've just got a hoodie on today. A jeans, a hoodie, stick that under your arm, and go off to the shops or something. Don't think it's practical for long times because you're not hands free. However, I do think it looks really, really nice with a casual outfit. I think it looks really, really nice with a really dressy outfit. So I do think it's actually quite versatile. Okay, style and my overall thoughts. I just love it. I love the feel of it. It feels soft, it feels light. I'd love it. Yeah. So it's a definite yes from me. Okay, so the next Bottega bag is actually, I think it's called the Knot clutch bag. Now this is a bag that's been around forever. So I'll put some pictures here. It's the really small, hard-sided, very formal looking pouch. However, the one I saw, the lady said it was brand new in, and I don't know if it's the style that's brand new or the colour, but it's a beautiful soft leather on the outside and inside, rather than being, I think some of them are silk or some of them are like more of a hard, I don't know what they're made of, but some of them are a bit more of a hard sided one. This is hard sided, but it's soft to the touch because it's wrapped in leather. So yeah, it's not squidgy in any way. It is structured, but it feels gorgeous. And the colour, oh my goodness, the colour, it's called travertine, and I would say it's like a very pale sage green going into like a mushroomy colour. So quite an earthy colour. It's absolutely beautiful. I think it's a really good neutral because much as it's got a green sort of undertone to it, it absolutely looks neutral. I think that with black, with navy, with grey, it looked amazing with grey. Of course I was wearing black and it looked really, really nice with black. So, and I honestly, I fell in love with this bag. I've never looked at them before in any of their reiterations. I just have never looked at them, and oh my goodness, this, my heart skipped a beat. And I know it's a handbag. They're just handbags. I know that, but oh yeah, I absolutely loved it. So let's talk about the categories. Right, practicality. It's not practical. It's probably a similar size. It's slightly smaller than this, I would say, but I think because it's sort of more rounded, I think you can get pretty much the same amount in them. It doesn't have a strap with it, so much as this can become a slightly different look because it's got the crossbody strap, that one is a pure clutch bag. The detail on the top of it has the knot in gold. It's just beautiful. So the price is around about 2,500, and I think it's expensive, but I also think there's a lot of craftsmanship And I know it's a really small bag, but bearing in mind that this, I paid a lot less actually for this because I got this last year because there's been price increases since. But this is now over 4,000, I think, something like that. I'm pretty sure it's round about that. Whereas the Bottega clutch is 2,500. So it does put it into perspective that it is actually not a bad price at all for the craftsmanship and the quality of it. So I think it's okay. Okay, how versatile is it? Well, it's not. It's not versatile. It's very formal looking, and even with the leather that makes it dresses it down a little bit, it's still very formal. You could see that going to an event, going to a wedding, something like that. It just looks beautiful. However, it's not. You definitely can't be hands free with it because it's too small to be shoving under your arm. You wouldn't be able to hold it for very long. And as I say, it doesn't have a strap at all. Now they do a version that does have a strap, so maybe, yeah, if the strap is, yeah, is important to you, then there is versions with the strap, but the ones I've seen aren't the same. They're not the same with the leather and the travertine, but maybe they'll be coming out. So anyway, overall style and oh, I just love it. Completely impractical. No idea how often I'd use it, but I love it. Okay, the third bag that I'm going to talk about is the Fendi First. Now, yeah, I was talking to Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet the other day, and for some reason, I have become obsessed with looking at the Fendi First. Now, I've never looked at them properly in person. I've walked past them in stores in London, for example, and I don't know why. I don't know, but recently, all I've been looking at online is a Fendi First, and I'm sort of thinking it would be a really, really lovely option because, okay, they come in three sizes, I think three sizes. They've just brought out the midi size. And I know Steph from Handbagaholic, she's been looking at them as well. And she's put some really good footage on her video. But I think I would go for the small. I mean, I need to look at them in person, but the small one looks like a decent sized clutch, but it does have a crossbody strap with it. So I know we're talking about clutch bags, and I probably would use it as a clutch bag, but it does have that added bonus of being able to make it into a crossbody, and so it does make it quite practical. So let's go through the categories with this one. Practical, I think it's very practical. It looks like you can fit quite a lot in it, of the shape of the bottom of it. Looks like maybe you'd have to manoeuvre things in and out a little bit, but it does look reasonably practical. The way to get in and out of it, I love that opening. I think it looks easy. It's not awkward. You're not having to go in and it's tight or anything. I think it looks really good. Price, I think the price is pretty good. I think it's actually pretty good value for in the luxury world. I think it's around about 2,200. Now you can buy I think it's called the O-lock chain, as a separate strap to put on it, and I think that looks stunning. But I don't know how much that is. Maybe another 600 or 700. So that makes the bag a lot more expensive. It is very versatile. I think you can fit lots in it. As I've said, it's quite practical. You've got the crossbody strap. If you did buy the O-lock chain or a different version of that, you could buy one from an online retailer, I'm sure, that would fit. That makes it a lot dressier. So I could see this bag at an event, at a wedding. I don't know. I think it would be like an evening bag. I think it'd be a beautiful evening bag, and especially in the small size, isn't too big for that type of thing. But again, you could just wear it crossbody and go shopping with it. I do think it looks like it should be quite a practical, versatile bag. Overall style, aesthetics, and my overall thoughts, I love it. I absolutely love it. There's some really beautiful colours in it. There's obviously, oh, if you look at Meredith's collection, I'm laughing because I think it's her biggest collection that she has. She's got, is it 20 odd of them, or is it even 30? I don't know, something like that. So if you watch any of her videos, you'll see she has, oh, there's different exotics, there's different fabrics, the textures, colours. There are so many options. I just like the smooth leather, and there's a navy blue. I'm just really loving navy blue at the moment. and it comes with, I think it's with the gold hardware just at the top. Yeah, I just think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And we have to talk about Hermes when we are talking about anything that's one of my favourites, because it's the brand that just I adore. Now, there are a couple of options for clutch bags, but the one, I think I'll find the name of it because it's just known as the Kelly clutch bag, I think. There's a Kelly cut and there's all different ones, but the one I mean has just got, it is literally just a flap, and then the leather strap sort of tucks into it, into the little H. And these are super expensive. They really, really are. So let's talk about the categories of that one. So practical, it's reasonably practical. It's actually quite a big bag. It's quite wide. However, it's actually very, very narrow. So you're going to have to slot your things in sideways, if you like, next to each other. You're not going to be doubling anything up, or anything bulky is not going to go in it, other than stretching the leather, which you really, really, really don't want to do. It's an elegant, beautiful looking bag. There's no strap that comes with it. This is a pure clutch bag. Price, crazy, crazy expensive, but that is Hermes. They are incredibly difficult to get. Resale value is crazy, so they're a good investment if you want to think of it like that. Versatility, I do think, again, it could be, I think it's very dressy, but it's because it's just in a beautiful leather. There's no embellishments on it, there's no hardware on it. I do sort of think that it can look a little bit more casual if you want it to. But again, I can't see you running down to the shops with it. Like the Bottega pouch, I could see that just shoved under your arm. And yeah, the Hermes one, I don't think it is as versatile as the style and the shape. You certainly can't fit that much in it. So the overall style, aesthetic, and my overall thoughts on it, I think they're beautiful. And if you're a Hermes lover, it is a beautiful piece of, I suppose, a piece of their heritage to have in your collection. How often you'd use it? If I had one, I'm not sure, but I do love it. I do love it. So my overall thoughts, well, which are my absolute favourites? Well, honestly, Hermes, I would say no. I think it's a fantastic option if you particularly are looking for Hermes. But for me, it's not something that I would go for one of the other ones for sure before the Hermes one. So that one's ruled out for me. I would say the Bottega pouch because I've loved it for such a long time. And there's something about it. I love how it opens. It's just very different and it's very tactile. There's something about it. Yeah, I love it. But when I saw the small knot pouch, knot clutch bag or whatever it's called, oh my goodness, my heart was absolutely in love. Honestly, I didn't want to put it down. I really didn't. Would I buy one? I'm really, really, really not sure. If I went to more events and fancy lunches and things like that, then probably I would buy it because I would use it. But other than an evening out, where you're quite formal, and I just don't know. So I think from Bottega, practicality would tell me to go for the bigger pouch rather than the clutch bag. But what my heart says is something different. So I'm not sure between the two of them. But from the whole list, if I was to go out tomorrow and buy one, I'd go and buy the Fendi First. I really would. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'd need to get hold of it and I need to make sure that it feels as nice as it looks and that it's not too boxy and awkward when it's on your body. But I'm obsessed. I'm just obsessed with Fendi at the moment. Well, Fendi First. I don't know. I don't know where it's come from. I really don't know where it's come from. So I just get these things in my head. Anyway, that would be my choice. Now, the question I asked at the very beginning was, can any of them rival this? Well, we'll have to see, won't we? I don't think so. I adore this bag beyond anything. It's becoming, if it's not my favourite bag in my entire collection, it's definitely up there. I just adore it. So, yeah, we'd have to see if something else can rival this. I don't see myself with another Petite Malle, even though I love them. I sort of feel like this is my one. And I think if I got another one, I'd still want to use this one. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would be the answer to me is, look, if you love the style and aesthetic, just buy another one of these. And I think for the price, nearly half of the price of this, nearly, you can have the Fendi First. So I'm going to go and look at them, and I'm going to be very sensible, and I'm going to save up, and I'm going to make my mind up. But if any of them can rival this, we shall see. We shall see. The answer for me at the moment is no. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know which pouches, clutch bags, whether there's any that you guys love. I know there's some really good ones in YSL, and I'm starting to look at YSL quite a lot at the moment. So let me know which are your favourites. Do you agree with any that I've said? And do you have any others? Let me know. And other than that, I shall see you on another one.